Hey, what's up, everybody? Noor Kidwai here, letting go with Noor. Thanks for tuning in. It's a windy day here in Toronto. I got this sound buffer on, so I think we'll be good. I want to talk about ayahuasca, and ayahuasca is an absolute wonderful plant medicine. And I wish there was something I knew before I took ayahuasca, and I hope I can convince you guys who are thinking of taking it to develop this skill before you try it. And it's the skill I talk about on the show of letting go in your sober life. And if you can master this skill in your sober life, ayahuasca will take you to the next level, and you'll be able to keep that level going after your ayahuasca ceremony. So to give you a background, I've done ayahuasca 15 different ceremonies, so 15 times. It's an absolutely amazing plant medicine. It really gets deep into your core. But I'll tell you one thing, I've done it 15 times. The first maybe 5-6 times, you're not very aware of what's happening while you're on the medicine, on the psychedelic, because it's a very overwhelming experience. You're also kind of scared because you're sitting there like, oh shit, what's gonna happen? I'm taking this foreign substance. I've never done it. I've heard amazing stories. I've heard horror stories. All of this stuff. So you become very guarded, and because of that, it's hard for you to really know exactly what's going on, and it's overwhelming. It can feel like a little too much sometimes, and because of that, you're not 100% sure what ayahuasca is doing to you. But after the 6th time, I would say, I learned to really trust ayahuasca, and I was like completely convinced that this right here is a connection to the spirit realm. It's a connection to God, the divine. I felt it, and I had so much trust and willingness with ayahuasca that when I went and did a ceremony, I was able to just relax my whole body, relax my nervous system, and relax into the ayahuasca ceremony. And when you can do that, that's when you can really truly see what it's doing inside of you. And when you see what ayahuasca is doing inside of you, that's when you truly become aware of like how your inner emotional, spiritual body works. And that's the reason why I want to say, like, if you're thinking of trying ayahuasca, the skill I want you to develop is this letting go skill, which you can do in your sober life. This is what I'm doing right now. This is what this whole channel is about. It's about being present, being aware, and feeling into your body right now. If you can feel into your body right now and notice whatever emotions are arising, and notice that a lot of these emotions stay stuck in you for a long time, and notice the anger, notice the shame, the guilt, the regret, the stress, the fear. When you can feel these emotions inside of you and feel that they can come up and you can let go of these emotions, if you can get that skill outside of a psychedelic experience, you become unstoppable. You feel so empowered because you're no longer a slave to these emotional states. I used to go through this like whole idea of just like, oh, I'm just having a bad day, or I'm like angry today. Why am I angry? But it's like, now I feel so empowered and over that emotion, where it's like, when I have a day where anger starts arising in me, I'm not going, I'm angry. I'm like, oh, there's a little bit of anger in me. And even just being like that, I'm able to like kind of disassociate from the anger a bit. And it stops having power over me. It stops controlling my behaviors. And it slowly dissipates. And then it doesn't really have much power over me. And this is what ayahuasca does. When I was able to get and relax into a state, I was able to feel ayahuasca going deep into my body, finding suppressed emotions that have been in there for years and years, in different parts of my body, and there's like different tension, different energy that's just stuck in there. And ayahuasca would go in there, slowly untangle it, and you will feel it come out of you. And when it comes out of you, it comes out in shivers, it comes out in twitches, it comes out in shaking, it comes out in tears, it comes out in puking. Sometimes you puke. It comes out in like all these different ways where you can actually feel energy leaving your body. And the only problem with that is I would do that, and I know so many people who are in the ayahuasca community I was in, they would do that and they would feel great for a month or two afterwards. But after that, all of a sudden, these emotions, these patterns, these ways of thinking, they started to work their way back in, because none of us had those skills or tools to recognize them in our sober life and to be able to get rid of them. You know, ayahuasca is an absolutely amazing tool to heal yourself, to remove these emotional blockages, to explore consciousness, to have insights. Those kind of things ayahuasca is amazing for. But you have to have these tools afterwards, because it was always a couple months later these patterns will come back to me and to a lot of these other ayahuasca explorers. And we would be back there next year, and the year after we would be back, and we would be like, oh, okay, let's do some more ayahuasca, because we have more work to do. And I'm so thankful now. I haven't done ayahuasca in like 3 years, and it's mostly because I don't need it. I have this tool outside of ayahuasca, outside of psychedelics, and I'm completely sober now. And it's made me feel so empowered. And I want you guys to feel that too. And I want you, if you want to do ayahuasca, do it. It is a very healing, beautiful thing. But please cultivate this skill. And that skill is be aware of your emotional state. Become more inner focused. Feel your body. Learn to feel your body. Like, sit now and just take a breath. Feel your chest. Feel your stomach. Feel your head. Feel your body. Like, how does it feel? What's swirling around in there? And like when you have emotional states, when you're angry, when you're sad, when you're feeling guilty or apathetic or depressed or fearful, like, feel those states. Feel it in your body. It's not just a mental thing, it's a feeling, and you'll feel it around your body, and that's that energy of the emotion. And when you stop resisting that energy and let it go, you'll be able to release it too. And since I've been doing this work, I release those emotions the same way I release it on ayahuasca. I would shiver, I shake, I twitch, I don't puke. I do cry once in a while. Hey, I'm man enough to admit it. I don't mind. But I sometimes cry when it, like, I have some like grief or guilt or like shame inside of me that I let out. It comes out, and sometimes it comes out as tears. But afterwards, you feel so light and you feel so empowered that, like, hey, I was able to do that without any substance. It was just me observing myself. And I don't puke, because you don't really puke when you meditate, but you do sometimes have nausea come up. But think about that. You can have these feelings inside you. You can have this tool to examine yourself, and you become so empowered in your everyday life. And that right there is such a gift. And if you do ayahuasca, I think it's an amazing, amazing medicine. It's an amazing tool to explore consciousness. It's an amazing tool to get rid of energy blockages. And it's an amazing tool to help you feel your body as well. So to like try it out a few times, and if you have your calling, if you feel that this is right for you, I highly recommend it. But I also highly recommend develop these skills outside of ayahuasca in your sober life, and you won't regret it. Peace, guys. Like and subscribe to the channel, and take care, guys.